how does it happen? But it doesn't make sense to me. Who cares with your little brain? Who are you with your little brain to try to understand these things? How dare you? You don't know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about. Why does it always have to be logical?
This isn't normal. This isn't rational.
If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it, if His Messenger said, that's what it is, that is what it is.
I mean, if you believe this, that's your position. I cannot believe it. I find this very difficult to believe.
I'd rather take Allah's text, what Allah said, over my little brain all day, every day.
What can I say? If you believe it, you believe it.
Yajooj and Majooj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about them in the Quran. And they are mentioned specifically in a hadith, brothers and sisters. Now, one thing that a lot of people make a mistake, which I've seen, people of knowledge, is that they try to comprehend and understand who is Yajooj and Majooj? Where are they? How could they stay in a cave for so long and dig, and just when they're about to come out? Some people even get into doubt with this matter. Some individuals even leave Islam. And I'm like, what's the issue here?
I myself have met people that have actually left Islam because of these types of tales. And we have to be honest and frank and not pretend as if this doesn't exist. We are dealing with the crisis of people leaving our faith, our own children, our own young men and women.
And then what we try to do is, in return, is like, let's try to bring it down to a logical level. One of those was Dr. Yasir Qadi.
Yajooj and Majooj are a bizarre, exotic tribe in the nether regions of the world that have been trapped by Dhul Qarnayn thousands of years ago, and they're still trapped to this day. That Yajooj and Majooj are a living tribe, blocked to this day behind the wall that was built 4,000, 5,000 years ago. That wall miraculously is still there. People can see on the one side, and on the other side you have these savages that Allah knows how they're eating, drinking, replicating, whatnot, and they're still there for eons and eons and eons.
Why do we have to understand everything in the context where, why does it always have to be logical?
Dare I say, anybody who knows science and geography and modern civilization, you cannot believe that there is a tribe for 4,000 years trapped behind a wall.
Why does it have to be something where we're like, oh, explain it to me logically, or, I'm going to start doubting things?
I mean, if you believe this, that's your position. I cannot believe it. I find this very difficult to believe.
The problem is this: taking the aql over the naql. That is exactly our problem.
If you still believe that there's a big wall that is lasting for thousands of years, and by the way, no human structure is that fortified for 4,000 or 5,000 years that nothing happens to it. Even the Great Wall of China needs to be built up or whatnot. I mean, it doesn't work that way. But anyway, if you believe, so this is, what can I say? If you believe it, you believe it.
I have to understand this logically. Who do you think you are?
I am somebody who, what can I say? My mind doesn't believe this.
SubhanAllah, who do you think you are?
I am personally skeptical. I mean, I have a degree in engineering. I understand mathematics and chemistry and geology, and
I accept the naql, the text, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and leave that realm to Him. You don't know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about.
What is the answer to this conundrum of Yajooj and Majooj? I will disappoint you by saying there is no clear-cut answer. I don't have a solution to Yajooj and Majooj.
How dare you try to bring something which you might not comprehend or understand or doesn't make sense to you now in a logical way and try to answer it and be like, oh, this might be robots, this might be robots.
If you look at the popular imagination of our times, you find a genre of literature and horror movies. What if the concept is there that these groups of people are human but not quite human? And everything just started clicking in my head. Check, 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 check. So ayas, the key point. They shall die the death of one man. How will they get gotten rid of? Allah will send a disease, some type of antivirus, some type of vaccine.
How dare you?
Because the hadith mentions this explicitly, does it not? Allah will send something that will get them in the neck, and they will die the death of one person.
Why is it impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable them to be hidden somewhere?
Perhaps Yajooj and Majooj are not on earth but under earth. That's why the satellites haven't discovered them.
And eventually they're going to come out and they're going to be in their billions or trillions and whatever it may be.
But how can human beings survive? No vegetation, no plants with the sun, no oxygen, food, drink, thousands of years. And according to these traditions, we're talking about gazillions of people.
If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it, if His Messenger said, that's what it is, that is what it is.
If you believe, and anyway, so this is, what can I say? If you believe it, you believe it.
But it doesn't make sense to me. Who cares with your little brain? Yani, who are you with your little brain to try to understand these things?
It has caused many of our youth to question, to doubt. I myself have met people that have actually left Islam.
Guys, come on, what on earth is wrong with you guys? Leave that matter to Him. You focus on your ibadah, focus on your salah, don't worry about this stuff. And you have your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you will find out on the Day of Judgment.
We are dealing with the crisis of people leaving our faith. And of the reasons why is that we are not answering some of these issues that they bring, and we dismiss them.
Or you can be standing in front of Allah as a disbeliever who's destined to hellfire. Guess what? You died as a disbeliever. The choice is yours. I'd rather take Allah's text, what Allah said, over my little brain all day, every day. Till next time.
I'm Muhammad, I'm a prophet because I said so. I have this hairy mole right on my shoulder, you know. And my bestest buddy Allah, he works for me though. I call him God to make you think I'm pure as white snow.
And deep down inside you'll realize this makes a lot more sense than anything else out there.